Hey you, I'm the Queen of Shade. Welcome to the interview. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, oh, and hit my Cash App to support your favorite content creator. Now let's get to the interview. Mwah.
Let me tell you something. You're a bougie bitch and your mama is too. Said you're a bougie bitch and your mama is too. You're a bougie bitch and your mama is too. Said you're a bougie bitch and your mama is too.
Salutations, Dufos. This is your fabulous leader, the Queen of Shade, coming at you with another special presentation. Moving full speed ahead, meeting interesting people, talking to amazing people. These are not really interviews. They're more conversations between enlightened beings. We share, we grow, we heal, and it's an amazing opportunity and experience for the both of us. Having said that, I have someone that you need to meet today. This person is a vet, military vet, and a published model. And I'm sure that there is so much more to him. So we're going to give him an opportunity to tell us all about it. Now, you're going to remember this name. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to formally introduce you to Mr. Thyme, Neal. Hi.
Thank you.
You're
Thank you. Thank you.
You're so welcome. How are you today?
I'm doing pretty good. It's been a long day. Most of my days are pretty busy, long. Aside from modeling, 9 to 5. So just been a long day, but pretty good. How about yours?
My day was good. I was on the phone talking to potential people to interview from all over, and I was screaming, and I'm surprised I have a voice because since I start, like, these interviews are fairly new to my platform. I've only been doing them for about 3 months, and I've already done 132 of them.
I can't tell.
Yeah.
So one of your interviews I noticed with you that I admire, I want to start with that.
Okay.
You not only you have a soothing voice, but it appears that when you interview people, you have a way of, here's my couch.
Yes.
Welcome, comfort.
Yes.
So that's what I admired, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna give her a shot.
Yeah. Well, you know what it is?
So, yeah.
You know what it is? I bring to this camera very gifted, very special, very artistic, very beautiful people. And what I do is, and my style is different because I'm not interested in the nitty and the gritty. Now, if you have a story to tell and you want to tell about your childhood and things like that, we can talk about that, but I'm not into who you're fucking. I'm not into how many kids you got. I'm not into, like, I'm not into that. I vibrate higher. So, and what I love is that everyone coming to this camera, they're a little nervous because they don't know what to expect. But when they get here, they find it to be a safe space. And it is. You may not, we're new to each other, so you may not know, but I've been in the entertainment industry for about 20 years. I'll be 40 in September. And I know, right? Everybody says that. Every time I say that, they're like, ooh, girl. Right. But I've had my ups and downs. I've had bouts with mental illness. I've had therapy for 15 years. And it was a culmination of all of those things and a desire to keep my career within my control that spawned this platform. And not just this platform, Instagram. I was exclusively on Instagram for 6 years. I delivered 22,000. Yes, I'm prone to excess. So I delivered 22,000 60-second motivation, inspiration, kick in the ass. This is where you're going to hear it. It's copyrighted. It's mine, to the masses. And so when people look at me, they say, okay, you're doing this and this is leverage for, your next step. And your next step is Hollywood. And they're all wrong. They're all wrong. This is not leverage. This is my career. This is where I wanted to be. If you ask any of my dear friends, I wanted the internet because I wanted particular freedoms that Hollywood would not allow me. First of all,
there you go. Create your lane.
Yes. the ownership of all of my content, number one. And then building this platform to where I can close this laptop, take it anywhere in the world. And as long as there is Wi-Fi, I can do my job.
There you go.
So this was my safe space because this is where I live. And
Yeah.
what I do is I invite others, such as your beautiful self with your dreads. We'll get to that in a moment. Those
Thank you.
dreads, yes, I invite other people to come in to this safe space, and we talk about what you want to talk about. I ask a few questions, but those questions are more so just to get you going, just to share your story, just for you to feel comfortable to tell certain things. I'm not interested in ruining your reputation. I'm not interested, and I'm just going to say this, I'm not interested in a Wendy Williams type of interview. That doesn't interest me. I'm interested in class, sophistication, and uplifting. Now, I am a shaman. I will start with that. I'm a shaman, a prophet, an oracle.
I knew it.
Yeah, a prophet, an oracle, a seer, a healer. So that's what I bring to this camera. All of those gifts ready to, if you need help, you get it. If we're just talking and it's a safe space, you get that too. So that's what this is. So I'm so thankful that you agreed to do this because we're fairly new to each other. This opportunity is not just for you, this opportunity is for me. I'm getting ready to learn someone new. And that is always fun. That is always, an amazing thing. So I want to first, like you started, I thank you for what you said, and I take and I receive all that you said. I want to start with that fabulous room behind you. It looks fabulous. Where are you located?
Yes, I'm in DC. I'm in Washington, DC. I'm actually in the Southeast area.
Okay.
And I've been here probably almost a little over 3 years now.
Okay.
But I'm originally from the area. I grew up, well, you could probably pick it up in my accent, but I grew up in the area. I grew up in PG County.
Okay.
And then I switched to DC. I done a little schooling in New York for a while, relocated here.
Yeah.
So I work and reside here. I love DC, right? But as far as this beautiful room, that I get a lot of compliments on that mirror.
I have one just like it.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's my statement piece.
Yeah.
But I love it.
Yeah. I have one just like it. Isn't it beautiful to be able to walk past a mirror, leaning against the wall?
You can't help to stop, right?
Yes, you can't help but stop and check and get this. I have a podcast too. There's so much I do, but it's 20 years. Yeah, it's 20 years. So I'm seasoned, I'm polished, I'm ready. And even after 20 years, I'm just getting started. My career just took off 6 years ago. I was everything. I modeled in Paris. I did all of that stuff, was going to sign to major labels in New York City, and all of that. I walked away from it because I couldn't own it. And I didn't want to dance.
Oh my.
Yeah. Okay. So you see, we're going to have a good conversation, but we're going to have a good conversation. I didn't want to sell myself. I didn't want to sell myself. For me, I identify as a gay man. I'm just a trans illusionist. I cross-dress. I've always cross-dressed since I was 8.
I'm sorry, I do apologize. I should have asked or checked with your pronouns first.
Why?
Yeah. Prior,
Why?
just out of respect.
Get this. Listen, nowadays, and I don't mean to be making light of the pronouns, but honey, I'm a blowfish, I'm a llama. You got these people with all these different pronouns.
Yes.
It's a lot to take in. And I do understand being respectful of the pronouns, but I also feel like, why give yourself a title? Because tomorrow you might feel different. I give myself the opportunity to feel different. Now, when I dress like this, most people, even when I'm not dressed like this, they call me queen. It's the trademark. It's the brand.
It's the energy. It's the brand.
Yeah. Listen, see, you from DC, so you move quick. You like, I know what this is. So, it's just, but I do my podcast. I was saying I walk around in my room while I'm doing my podcast because, you think better when you're walking and you're tall and you're standing.
Right.
So I've done 255 episodes of my podcast standing in front of that mirror. Yeah. Talking to myself, letting go of my pain and getting paid to do it too on my own
That
terms,
part, yeah.
on my own terms. So tell us, are you an only child, Mr. Thyme?
I am not. I am a middle child. So
Okay.
I have two other siblings, older sister, younger sister.
Yeah.
But I come across as maybe because I'm the only man,
Yeah.
but I kind of embody that
Older brother.
Older brother, father figure type of mentality.
Yes.
So,
Now,
yeah.
who gave you the name Thyme? Because yesterday
Oh gosh.
hold on, I contacted you and I knew how to say it. I said, your name is pronounced Thyme. And you were like, yes, you got it right. And I'm like, well, if you cook and if you're a connoisseur, thyme is a spice, it's an herb. We all know how.
Come on.
We all know. Like, and then there was this show, there's a British show called Rosemary and Thyme. And my grandmother, she watches it. See, you and I, we connecting already.
See.
Listen. So I watched that with my grandmother on the BBC, and they always solve murders, so, and their names are Rosemary and Thyme. So so now to you, how did you get your name?
So with that, okay. Everyone thinks my mother's a chef.
Okay.
Yeah, she got cooking skills, but no, she's not a chef.
No cordon bleu.
No cordon bleu, none of that tech, no. So what happened, so after she had my oldest sister, and once she had me, it's kind of like throughout the pregnancy, spirit intuition was speaking to her. As far as the gender, the day of birth, the time, everything that she was expecting prior to the doctor revealing that, it happened timely.
Wow.
So as soon as she pushed me out, like she looked up at the clock and she said, the doctor said the time, she said time, and she said, that's it. Like, that's his name, Thyme. But she said, I'm gonna spell it different. I'm gonna spell it like the herb. And that's how I got it.
Oh my God, that is so beautiful.
It took me years to grow into it, but
Are you serious? I have never, your name is unique. Your name is unique. And you know this, you're in the entertainment industry as a model, and listen, most models can sing and act too. So,
absolutely,
it's the full trifecta. You got to be able to do it all. So know that in this industry, names got to stand out. They got to stand apart.
You go.
And you have a beautiful name that stands out. Now, Neal, is that your middle name?
No, that's my last name. And that's often mistaken as the first, because it is the first name, right? But no, that's my last name. But I'm used to a lot of people calling me Neal from the service, because we go by last name.
Yes.
So my best friends and comrades. Oh, I was in the Navy.
Okay.
Yeah, I was in the Navy. I did 5 years, deployment, toured overseas, did my 5 and got out.
You were saying, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I was thinking, but you were saying your comrades. Please continue that.
Oh, yeah. So, we like one of my good best friends, my homegirl, Niche. We call her Niche, Tanisha. She actually has a YouTube, Niche Nova.
Okay.
But actually, me and her met in the service.
Okay.
I call her by her last name.
Yeah.
She calls me by Neal. They never call me Thyme. So, but I'm so used to it. So the ones who are very close to me refer to me as Neal, like best friends. Now my family never called me by my first name. Never.
Are you serious?
Never. Only when my mother mad, but she never calls me by my first.
What? What do they call
out
you?
Damn first and middle. Man.
Oh my, get this. See, you got man. You don't want to know what they called me Mookie.
Mookie was one of my favorite hairstylists as a child.
They called me Mookie.
Yeah,
and I hated it. They were taking, when I started to get like 6th grade, I was like maybe 11, 12, somewhere around there. Mook. They called me Mook. But my birth name was Kali. So it was like, yes, it was like, how are you getting Mookie? But I see how they got it.
My mother, grandmother say, it's man because you're the man in the family, the only one, the only boy. So you're twice as man, so man. Yeah.
That's so funny. Then as I got older, it changed. They called me Cal. Like Kali, they called me
Cal.
Cal. I hated when they called me
Okay.
Cal because I was in trouble. They'd be like, Cal. And then my grandmother, Kali.
Hmm.
Oh,
When
that just
she
brought
called,
memories.
listen, when I'm called by that name on that birth certificate, that's when I know.
Yeah.
Listen, yeah.
But then get this, I grow up, I go to Paris and I start making
Mm,
my way into fashion. I was 22, that was 17 years ago, being in Paris, almost 18 now. And literally I go and it was so stressful. Thyme, it
yeah.
was so stressful. I went there to be a model because New York was egging me, but then finally
Hmm.
somebody said to me, your body is slender, you're tall, you have a European look, feminine by
They're going to appreciate it. Yep.
androgyny,
Overseas. Yeah.
appreciate you
Yeah.
overseas. You gotta go to Paris. So I
Yeah.
literally got with a group of friends. They paid for my ticket. I packed everything I owned into three suitcases and flew out of here. I didn't even have a place
Out.
to stay. I didn't have a place to stay. But you know,
Mm.
beautiful. And one thing about being gay is we got this whole gay connection thing for me, you know?
Yes.
So,
Yes.
I got there and I met a man. Yes.
Good.
He took such great care of me.
Mm.
It was never
It
anything.
was needed for your journey. It
Yes,
was needed. Yeah.
he shielded me from the cold and from the rain. And like it was so amazing. Gave me keys
Come
to his
on,
house.
bodyguard.
Yes, yes. Gave me keys to his house
Yeah.
and looked after me the whole time I was there. And it was so beautiful, but it was so stressful. I didn't realize it. See, I'm bipolar. I have bipolar type 1. I have
Yeah.
PTSD and acute anxiety disorder. And I was so young. I
Oh my
didn't
God.
know. I had to be medically withdrawn from college before.
Mm.
So, Black families, we don't discuss mental health. We don't talk
Absolutely.
about treatments. I took the medicine until I felt fine. Then I stopped taking it. So then
Hmm.
I didn't take it with me to Paris. And of course, it's a behavioral disorder. Started all that stress,
Hmm.
knocked the bottom out for me. And I had to
I know that
go into
feeling.
the hospital. So the last 2 months
Yeah.
I spent in the hospital. And then the embassy, the US embassy there in Paris, France, they paid for me to come home. And but the thing was, it was supposed to happen so I'd have the story. And I see that
Mm.
now at 40 because I was really in trouble. And
Hmm.
they didn't just give me my passport. They gave me almost $1,000 of
Oh
money
wow.
to spend when I got back in the States so that I could get to where I needed to get to. And what people
Mm.
need to understand is if you ever are abroad and you get in trouble, go to the embassy. Go to the
Embassy.
US
Absolutely.
embassy. And get this, I couldn't get my passport again until I paid it because that was the thing. It was a loan. So I had to pay
Hmm.
it off before I could fly again. And get this, I loved Paris. I left my heart there and I wanted to see other parts of the world. So before they could even send me a quote unquote payment plan, I went, got a job and paid that $1,500 back.
I know that's right.
The day
You're
they
not about to
were
own
calling
this.
me, yes, they were my wings. They were my wings.
Yes.
So
Yes.
the
Yeah.
day that they called me to set up a payment plan, he said, "Hold on, Mr. Payton, just hold on one second." He said, "Have you been sending in money?" I said, "Yes, sir. I just sent the last payment 2 days ago." He said, "Oh, well, you're paid in full." And my grandmother, see, I wasn't raised by my mother, I was raised by my grandmother. So my
Yeah.
grandmother was a teacher, school teacher, educator. She didn't raise no fool. So I said to
Hmm.
her, I said, "Oh, I'm paid off. Can you send that to me in writing?"
Grandma dropped them gems.
Yeah,
Yes.
get this. 17, almost 18 years later, with my documents to show my name change, I have that letter. Just in case
Hmm.
they try to say, "Oh, you can't get your passport because I'm gonna say, "Oh no, 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 no."
Nah.
So what
Here you
happens is
go.
I get back here and I had nothing left. I was so burnt out. I called my best friend from Trinidad and I said, "I have nothing left. I'm done modeling." And he said, "No, Kali, you're not done. You're going to make it.
Mm.
You're going to make it." He said, "Out of all of us," because it was a group of us, he said, "Out of all of us, you burn the brightest." He said, "You're not going to
Mm.
quit." And I mean, I was bawling. I was sitting at my desk job. It was the
Yeah.
weekend because all the lower people that don't have degrees, we got to work on the weekends while all
For
the
the weekends,
all
right.
the 9-to-5ers, you know, they get Monday to Friday. So
Yeah.
I'm sitting there crying, and I called him and he said, no, you're not done. And in that moment, I needed that from him. I'll never forget him. His name is Terrence. He was a model himself. He lives in Germany now, very gainfully employed. He said, you're not done. And I hung up the phone with him, and I went to my computer and I started searching, and I searched out a new name. And I looked at models, male models from around the world. And I came across the name Bjorn. And I said, you know, I like that because it's a double consonant next to each other. You get that BJORN. And then I said, in Paris, there was this street called Rue du Faux. And it was a street where a lot of modeling agencies were, but it was a secret street. Nobody knew it existed. So, but it was right under everyone's nose. And that's why I took it. It was a piece of Paris. And it also symbolized that all this greatness, me, right under y'all noses, and y'all don't even see it. And I'm so glad that they didn't time. I'm so glad, because I would be contractually bound today. I wouldn't be able to wipe my own ass.
But thanks to Nana dropping those gems, that's one good thing about a Nana. They will, when it comes to paperwork, contracts, dotted lines.
I even trademarked it, Thyme. It's mine. It's mine. The Queen of Shade is mine. Get this. This is Nana. Trademark. The Queen of Shade, Bjorn Dufault, my first name, Kali. and then the name Dufault. I got 4 trademarks. So that's just a little about me.
That's a blessing.
But
all of that was needed to happen. That's part of the journey. With a lot of people, we get so caught up and just so distraught by the challenges that we're going through. But if you just hold tight for a moment, because some people lose sight, and they think that, okay, if all of this shit is happening, what is my purpose?
Exactly.
Everyone has a purpose, and you may not know how you may impact someone 5 years from now. So it's like, don't give up in this moment.
And you know what? I'm a firm believer. I've been saying this lately. I'm a firm believer that everyone that comes to this planet has a destiny and a purpose that only they can fulfill. So I say this to the haters. If you're focused on my destiny and my purpose, you're going to go to your grave with an unfulfilled destiny and an unfulfilled purpose. You got to stay
that karmic debt. You're going to come back in the next life cycle trying to figure out and learn that lesson.
Listen, when I'm done here, when I'm done this time, I ain't coming back.
Listen.
This time, I've been here a couple times. You know, I've been here a couple times.
Same.
But this time, this is the last hurrah. Because this time we listened and we got it right. And all things happen. What's your birth sign?
I'm a Gemini.
That's why we're clicking. I'm a Leo. I'm a Libra.
Okay, Libra.
Yeah, so it's the air sign. I was going to say
the niche Nova. She's a Libra.
So we get that balance in that air sign.
That balance,
Cardinal sign. So that's why. So tell me, being in Washington, D.C., what I know of Washington, D.C. is that, because I have a mentee that studied in Washington, D.C. and went to school there. He's in Philadelphia now, but he's from the Florida area, but he moved up to Washington, D.C. What I know about D.C. is that young professionals, very driven, hardworking, very moving, shaking town, busybodies, always busybodies, always into something constructive.
Right.
So would you say that, because I'm seeing that from you too, your capacity?
Absolutely. If so I do tarot. If I could think of a card that represents that, it's like of course it'd be a sword card, maybe like the Knight of Swords. You're in action, you're constantly thinking, you're trying to move, your intellect, you're figuring out, you're thinking of steps ahead. And that's essentially the climate of a lot of natives, locals from here. The downside that could come across it is, and I think that's with any major city, New York, Atlanta, LA, you have your pretentious, cliquish people. But aside from that, on the average, most people here are very ambitious, the young professionals. So
you just sparked my memory. I didn't realize where I'd seen you before.
Ah,
You do tarot. Did you used to do it online?
no. So that's interesting. No, I'm I'm actually starting it next month.
Okay.
I've been doing tarot. I just haven't done it publicly,
Okay.
or started, providing services publicly.
Okay.
But yes, that's coming up.
You're going to
So
be a
I'm
great,
looking
it's going to be
into
a great
doing.
success.
Yeah, thank you. I feel that. I
Mhm.
feel that. And then when you said shaman, I felt that energy with you. So I
Mhm.
was like, "Woo,
I got it
it's yeah."
all. I got it all. Shaman, oracle, prophet, seer, and healer. I got them all.
See, yeah. So I have the healer and
Yeah.
tarot that I'm
Yeah.
on. Yeah, yeah. And
Yeah.
I'm actually that's another thing. So I'm trying to get licensed in counseling,
Yeah.
and clinical mental health.
Yeah.
So I had to take off this semester. This semester I had to take off. I just had my back surgery in January.
Okay.
So let me backtrack.
That's okay. You got
Um,
plenty of time.
yeah. So last started the semester last September in my grad program for clinical
Okay.
health to
Mhm.
get licensed. That's ultimately my goal. I want to have my private practice
Yeah.
as far as helping. I'm not quite sure which area. I thought about specifically the LGBTQ plus community or um, just Black youth.
Hmm.
But I definitely wanted to be targeting Black and Brown people.
Yeah.
So that's my goal as far as clinical services. And then I want to incorporate spirituality as far as tarot.
Yeah.
Um, and fast forward to I think December was the last shoot that I did. I had two more lined up.
Okay.
But I had to get surgery. I had major back surgery on my spine, a
Right.
laminectomy. I had that at the end of January, so I'm still recovering.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna get back there. So I've been working with my trainer. I start with my trainer in May
Okay.
coming up. And I actually start physical therapy. My first day is tomorrow.
Okay.
So
I know
yeah,
that I know that that couldn't have been easy.
it wasn't easy.
Yeah.
I got a lot of I have a strong support circle,
Yeah.
strong system for support, family and friends. A
Yeah.
lot of my friends been looking out for me, grocery shopping, just coming through, dropping things off. Because
Yeah.
it was the point I couldn't walk with the walker.
Right.
But I just been dealing with it for the longest.
Yeah.
Because the injury came from the service, the military. So, but it's working out.
Yeah. I'm
It's working
glad.
out.
You know, I have been I have been struggling with this for a long time, but I'm understanding it now that things happen in our lives sometimes
Hmm.
and that they're very painful
Yeah.
to bear. They're very difficult to bear. But I'm starting to really see the other side of the light, like the lining in the cloud is that
Hmm.
they're not meant to destroy us. They're not meant to take us out. They're really meant for us
Yes.
to have a lesson. And we have a
Hmm.
lesson. And once we learn the lesson, we can move forward. And
Hmm.
I truly believe that even with all that you've had to deal with medically, I truly believe it's just a lesson. It's just a
Absolutely. Absolutely.
lesson,
Yeah.
and that you will be able to help a lot of people. Because see, this is the thing, you know, I believe that, like I say, the divine, that's how I call God. But I used to get really upset with God about my life and about all that's happening. And, I've had
Yeah.
haters and I've had people try to stop me from
Listen.
money and, things like that. But get this, I am now in the dispensation of time where I understand none of the things that were engineered to teach me the most difficult lessons
Mhm.
were supposed to kill me. But
Right.
I get now and I understand that they were lessons. Like,
Mhm.
I understand that the divine does not give mock test. It's not a mock test.
Yes.
It's not within a vacuum. It's a
Absolutely.
real test, which means the tears are real. So
Mhm.
if I go through something for real, when I stand up to expound, you're going to know, because you're going to be able to
Right.
feel the energy of, oh, okay, this person really went through this. And that just,
Right.
it gives so much more validity to shaman work and
Mhm.
tarot work and, spirituality and even clinical work. Because it's like, we look at our
Mhm.
therapists, because, I've had therapists that have interchanged in my life for the last 15 years. And, me, I'm not one of those people where it takes me a while to warm up to somebody. As you can see, I just started talking and it's like,
Same.
oh,
Yeah.
it's like we've
Same.
known each
Yeah.
other forever when we
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
are meeting right now.
Right now.
So,
Yeah.
I never got hung up on the therapist, interchanging in and out of my life.
Mm,
I
mm,
understood and I understand that each person, they come, they give you something, and it's for your life. It's for the betterment of your life. I, like on my podcast, like I said, it's 255 episodes. It's called it's called the Cyber Girl podcast. And I talk about all the pain. I talk about,
mm,
and I mean, I give it to you raw and gritty.
yeah.
I've cried, I've cursed, I've screamed, I've yelled on my podcast, but you can tell that it's real. You can
Mm.
tell that I opened up and I let you into a part of myself that most people don't get to see.
That was the second thing that came across to me from you was authenticity.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah,
So yeah,
yeah, yeah.
I'm a big person on authenticity because, a lot of gays, actually, this is not actually in just me, but a lot of gays, are you familiar with Maslow's hierarchy of needs?
No, I've heard about it, but I'm not familiar.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
what it is, very in a nutshell, is it's a pyramid, and in the
Mm,
pyramid you have family, you have love, you have career, you have money, you have all of these things, and at the very top, the pinnacle of the career, I mean of the pyramid, you have self-actualization.
absolutely. Yes.
And what
Yes, I am familiar with the
happens,
term. Yeah.
okay, yes. So what happens is most people spend their lives, money, family, career. They
Hmm.
never reach
Never. Yeah.
self-actualization, to
Hmm.
see yourself as you actually are. But what I find, Time, is that us gay babies, I don't know about you, I'm not, I don't know. I'm getting some vibes, but I'm not going to say anything because I don't know your
Yeah.
sexual orientation. So I'm not just
Yeah.
going to lump you. I don't do that. But for
I
the gay
appreciate it.
community, we kind of didn't have love, didn't have family, didn't have money, and we were
Yeah.
kicked out. I was homeless at like 19. So we're forced to learn ourselves as we
Right.
actually are. So
Are.
we
Mhm.
skip everything in the pyramid and we go straight to self-actualization because we have to say, okay, this world wants to destroy us. This world wants to bury
Mhm.
us. This world wants to bury us. So we got to know who we
Absolutely.
are so that we can combat this and that and be strong and stand in our truth. And that's
Right.
actualization. We get there first.
Right. Because a lot of those parts of the pyramid is conceptualized through societal standards or the
Yeah.
norms. So that's why we kind of just jump to the
Yeah.
top
Yeah.
versus trying to, the family and everything else is like,
Yeah.
well, I don't quite fit here. Hold
Right.
on. What about, well, shit, fuck it.
Yeah.
And
That's
that's where
exactly
we
what
are.
happens. And that's
Um,
exactly where we live.
yeah,
And,
yeah,
and but you know what it is? It makes us so magical.
right.
That's where you get the
Absolutely.
oracle. That's where you get tarot, spirituality,
Hmm.
shaman. That's where you get those things in self-actualization. Because when you
Actualization,
realize
yeah.
who you are, you realize you are not just this.
Right,
You're
right.
so much more than
More.
just this, than what you can see and touch.
Hmm.
You're
Hmm.
a being, and that being has an infinite ability to exist.
Absolutely.
You
And a
know.
lot of people, oh my gosh, I just want more of us to tap into that.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's the thing of this what people a lot of people don't quite see or understand that our time here, this dimension is temporary.
Yes.
So while we're here, and this is what I say a lot in tarot with readings.
Mhm.
So some people will see certain things in a reading, and they think, "Oh my God, oh that's the death card. Oh that's the devil. Oh something tragic, the tower." And even if it's something bad that
Uh-huh.
may be presented as bad,
Yeah.
there's always a way to work around this. There's
Yeah.
always strength through it.
Yeah.
So that's the greatest thing the thing to take away from life is
Yeah.
that no matter what happens on your journey, just know that even how horrible it may come across, that shit needed to happen.
Yep.
It needed to happen for some reason that's beyond us, and it may come to you later. It may never come to you.
Yeah.
But what it's doing is basically putting you on your path,
Yep.
your purpose, so you could serve your purpose while you're here.
Get this, Time. For the last 15 years of my career, I've had a certain Hollywood insider who everyone knows, absolutely famous, literally bullying me behind the scenes because in 2008,
Not surprised.
right, in 2008, I came to YouTube singing covers, and I didn't even know all that I had, but I wasn't an empty vessel. And they got a glimpse of what I could become, and they just launched a hate campaign and tampering with phones and computers, and sending people to my house to hurt me and just all kinds of things.
That's
And
interesting.
yes, but you know what I realized? I thank God every single day for that hater, because I would have never learned.
It steered you towards your purpose,
Yes,
becoming more aligned.
I would have never become what I am because I would have never had a challenge. There would have never been a need. There would have never been.
There you go.
You see, this morning I woke up and I was sitting and I was doing an advertisement. I took the picture and then I was writing on the picture, please subscribe to my YouTube, and I put the link and the watermarks on it. And I stopped and I looked at it and I took it to my grandmother for the final just once over. And she looked at it and she said, "You're so beautiful and you know how to do this." And she said, 6 years ago, you were worried about this. 6 years ago, you thought we needed to come up with money to pay people to do these things that you do today that you would have never learned how to do had you not faced the adversity and said, "I got to do this on my own." And I stopped and I looked at her and I said, "There's so much I know. So much I know." Like there's like I have mentoring and I'm pricey. So the reason why I'm pricey is because I feel now and I know now I've got 20 years of specialized skills that nobody else has that I can use to mentor my mentees. And it's just
and
like
you understand your worth in that. That's what's important.
Yeah, I get paid more than some psychiatrists. I'm $250 for 60 minutes.
See?
Yeah. And people pay it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Just to actually do this.
See, that's absolutely, but that's because you understand your worth. It's your experience is actually tangible when you share it. It's relatable to a lot of people. People can pull from those aspects, and you just have this essence with you. It's like only from the videos that I've seen of you speaking with you, you exude it. So that's like years ago, I went in and got my first reading. Well, no, my second reading ever in life, 2016.
Okay.
That's when she told me about my gift. That's what she's seen with me, the tarot lady. And she said, you're a helper by nature. And she spoke of other gifts and stuff, but that it didn't quite register then until I got more into spirituality later.
Yeah.
But I feel how she felt with me. I feel that with you. Even if you never told me that, I can feel it.
You can feel it.
I can feel it.
I thank you. Absolutely. Because I work so hard to keep my energy pure. Time, I don't go out. I don't party. I don't club.
Protect your space.
Exactly. My energy. I don't do so many people. Do you host? Do you do this? Do you do that? Do you do walkthroughs? No. My energy. Because when you are in my presence, that thing that was so hard that you never thought you'd get a handle on is going to be fixed. For that, I have to govern. And it's not just my space. It's what I see, what I hear, what I smell, what I touch, what I taste. It's a different lifestyle, but I'm alone, but I'm not lonely.
No.
I'm not lonely.
No.
But it's a prerequisite. Get this. I can tell you this. I love sex. Sex is one of the most beautiful and ways that I recharge. But I've been celibate. It'll be 10 years in August.
Oh my gosh. One of my good homegirls, same thing.
Yeah.
10 years.
It's called
Yeah.
transmutation. It's called
Yeah.
transmutation. You know this. Transmutation. I took the energy from somewhere where I was very powerful. Sexually, I'm very powerful. And I transmuted that energy into my career. And
Rare. There you
that's
go.
how I got where I got. 20 years singing, modeling, acting. I couldn't get it to click. I just couldn't get it to click. And then when I said, you know what, I'm going to do this my own. I'm going to stay on the internet. I'm going to I'm going to deny this so that I can come over here and be more powerful. That is the reason you can feel me through the screen.
Manifestation too.
Yes.
Yeah.
And honestly, even 60-second clips on Instagram, people would say to me, I can feel you. And that would not have been the same had I been splitting up my energy. I had to concentrate it. Now, I plan to break my celibacy one day. Just I haven't, and I can be honest, I'm not really a monogamous person. I'm not really a monogamous person. I'm a queen. Queens have harems.
There you go. Come on, Empress.
Yeah, we have harems. I love gay for pay men, and I love escorts. I love escorts. So it's like, because I also love the idea that I'm a workaholic. Well, actually, I'm anointed, but the way that I say workaholic for the rest of the world so that they can kind of understand it. But I'm anointed and I have speeds in me and things that I can just go and do. But they don't understand that unless I attach workaholic to it.
Right.
But I'm actually just really anointed to do what I do. So, but I work, so I need them to be able to perform.
And doing this work with a lot of people, it's draining. That's another, your energy is constantly, people don't understand. Just helping one person in that moment could drain so much of your energy. And so you constantly have to recharge.
You know what's so funny? I've learned how to do it because I've been called to do it so much without it draining me, But I still value my alone time because that is still a recharge for me.
That's that part.
No lights, candles, good music. Like while I was getting ready today, I was listening to the legendary Lisa Fisher. How can I ease the pain?
Ease the pain.
And even in those songs, like I'm listening to her talk about the pain of love. And most people be like, why are you listening to this sad music? This music is charging me. Like I'm
they don't know.
I did my hair. Like I did my hair. I had a wardrobe malfunction, threw that dress to the side and said, we'll send it out and get a new zipper put in it and put another one on. I did all of that and was ready. Like it's just who I am and who we are. I can feel you. I can feel you. I can feel your energy. And it's kind of crazy because it's also your beauty. It's your beauty too. So tell me, just a segue, how did you get into modeling? What was it like for the first time?
So I honestly wasn't, I've been told about it years since I was younger. And then once I got into the military service, I thought about it then. I was told by comrades and others, but I didn't take it serious. I was like, no way. I don't want to, that's too much. You mean I got to keep my abs rocked? No, nah. So I'm a fat boy. I love to eat. I love sweets. But so I actually, you see, I got a sweet tooth. It's bad, but
me too.
But I got into it. One of my a buddy of mine who was a local stylist in the area. He was doing a shoot with he worked with plus size women.
Okay.
He reached out to me and he said, I have a shoot coming up, and if you thinking about modeling, I'd like to use you as the guy in the shoot. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, forget it. Like, fuck it, why not? So I went for it. Went ahead, we met, went to the shoot, and some of the models after shooting was like, you thinking about taking this serious? And I was like, I just came out for fun today. They was like, well, you should consider it. You can really make this something. It's like, okay. After that, a designer that was linked to him said, hey, who is that model? I want to work with him. And then it just picked up after that. Shoot after shoot. those abs. shoot, shoot after shoot. And yeah, that's how I got there. And the thing with the surgery is that even though the depression, anxiety going through it, trying to recover,
Yeah.
that moment of rest was needed.
Yeah.
And so while I could look at it, there's two ways I could look at it. I could look at it as, hey, this fucked me up and slowed down my career.
Yeah. Or
the other side is this rest was needed because you don't know what could have happened.
yeah.
And this rest was needed because it's all about timing for your path.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I accept the latter. That's where I'm at with it.
And you know what I love? Once you've modeled and especially being that fit, you know how to do it again. The muscle memory, it returns.
On it.
So you get back into it. I worked out a lot myself, but before COVID, I stopped going to the gym because I just was so scared of COVID. And then, but lately I've been, for about 3 months now, I've been working out at home, doing my push-ups, my sit-ups, my bicycle crunches, and everything is tight like it should be. But when I go to the gym, I need the gym because I need to make sure that my stomach is flat right now, but I want my abs and I need leg work, leg work.
Yeah, that leg work is important.
Yeah, to bring the bottom half of my body back into commission. So I definitely understand that. Oh my God, we are really vibing.
Yes.
We are vibing.
Love it. Yes. Nothing but good energy. I love it.
Exactly. And I love that because our supporters get to see that. They get to be a part of a tangible, organic conversation where we just vibe and do what we do. Do you have dreams?
Oh my gosh. You're like, wow. Yes, I do. I do.
Yeah.
I have dreams, literal dreams, big dreams. But the funny thing when you ask that is that I just had a whole conversation on dreams last night. I've been having a series of dreams.
Affirmation.
Woo, yes. And it's a bit eerie, but it's so surreal that that would get too deep. I don't even want to, but the dreams are very.
We like deep.
So I have dreams where lately, so I know, you ever heard of the thing where it's like, or the theory that it's multiple timelines of us existing.
Yes.
So there's Queen where you are, there's Queen in Seattle, there's Queen in Canada, Queen in Europe.
Yes.
All existing.
Yeah.
Me and you are social media friends here.
Yes.
Me and you are siblings here in Seattle. Me and you are lovers here in Europe.
Yes.
It's like different. And so I'm having a series of dreams where it's this how I could separate it from, because usually my dreams are filled with fluff or stuff that may be imaginary.
Okay.
But when it seems so realistic, it's like this is happening.
Yeah.
It's just occurring in another, this is maybe time in fucking Phuket. This may be time over here in Cali, but it's just occurring. So yeah, that's why I burst out in laughter about it. I'm just like, wow, like you speak in my mind.
So tell me, how often do you travel out of the States?
Oh, wow. Listen, before this pandemic, you couldn't catch, like, I was always traveling.
Right.
And lately, of course, I'm still recovering.
Yeah.
Maybe, actually my first time out of this state, out of the city, will be in April for a friend's wedding.
Okay.
But I couldn't do any long distance, of course, being seated for a long period of time.
A long time.
The back is still healing. So I couldn't go to like Cali or do anything where it's longer hours.
Yeah.
But yeah, one of my good friends, she has a wedding coming up, getting married in Miami in April. So that's my next travel.
Wow.
I'm thinking about Jamaica in June, or Curacao.
Yeah.
I'm torn between Curacao and Jamaica. I've been to Jamaica before.
Yeah.
But I love to travel. My favorite international city. Okay, I'm gonna tell you the favorite, then I'm gonna go down the list of all. So people would be like, that's your favorite? Yes, it's my. So my favorite is Florence, Italy.
Oh.
That's my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
beautiful.
Yeah.
It's the thing with Florence, Italy. It's like the capital, the capitale.
Yeah.
It's one huge circle.
Yeah.
So you could just walk around the town. You don't need a vehicle. You can go everywhere, like anywhere. Nothing but fashion, nothing but wine. Good, amazing food.
Yeah.
And you know, you could walk the streets with your wine bottles and
Yeah.
get lit, have a good time with your friend. I love it. That's my favorite. And I feel like they're very welcoming. Like I felt very welcome there.
Yeah.
Very welcome there. Let's see. So I've been to Phuket. I've been to Phuket, North Korea,
Yeah.
Bahrain, Dubai, Italy, Rome, Naples, and Florence. I haven't been to Paris yet, and that's
I
where
was
I
getting
was
ready to
supposed to go.
say, I'm like, wait
That's
a minute.
listen. That was that's actually on the plan for this year,
Okay.
but it was supposed to happen the beginning of this year, but then everything happened.
Yeah.
So yeah, so Paris is still there. I've been to Hawaii. I've been to Trinidad, Tobago. Of course, DR, Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to bounce back better than you were before.
I feel that.
So don't even worry. You're going to bounce back and you're going to be way, way better than you even were before. You will see. Mind, body, soul, and spirit. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be as if you never left.
Come on, Queen.
Yeah, I say what I hear. But, yeah, I say what I hear.
Yeah.
But tell me, so I want to stay there. How did you, I know you said that you had your first reading. How did you arrive at actually doing tarot yourself? Like what?
Oh.
Yeah.
Woo. Okay. So even before my first reading, we can go back to generation. My mother first reading, she seen a psychic when she was younger.
Okay.
The psychic basically told her, we spoke about this years later, maybe when I was in my teens, but the psychic basically told her one of her friends that appeared to be her friend,
yeah,
like a five of swords, someone's deceitful or the devil card, like a friend that pretended to be her friend was envious and put a root on her. So she had a curse throughout her life and she believed it and she felt it.
Okay.
And a part of me felt it. Fast forward, my mother used to say, why are you so sensitive? Since I was a child, she said, you never cried as a baby. You like seldomly cry, but you seem to care about other people's feelings, or you put like the underdog or someone getting picked on, or I could just feel that, and it bothers me. So it's like I just feel compelled, or if it's somebody, I feel like somebody's hiding something, I could feel their pain of what they're hiding. But I didn't understand this until recently, like the past year. So fast forward, got the first reading in Cali, went to Santa Monica. I was on military leave, went to we were shopping, and I was like, okay, this lady doing tarot, let me see what's up. Went to her, checked her out, she gave me a reading, and I said, okay, this sounds really good. She said abundance and everything, long life, all of that goodness.
Yeah.
Then I went and got a reading later from this woman, really great. Now, any of you, any of you go to Philly, Main Street, there's this woman named Monica there. That's amazing.
Okay.
Does tarot psychic. So I've seen her numerous times. And the last time I did see her, I asked her, I was like, because I kept feeling like something is talking to me, or spirit or guide, but I didn't know. Over the past year, I've been doing a lot of introspective work and growth over the past few years.
Yeah.
And so I just see myself not the last as I was before.
Yeah.
So I asked her, I said, because a good buddy of mine, she gave me a deck of cards. because
Uh-huh.
she got into tarot first. But she said, "Yeah, I'm gonna give you a deck. You could try." I was like, "Yeah, let's try it," because we were already intrigued by Monica doing tarot.
Yeah.
So she went ahead. She took the initiative, bought her own stuff, gave me a deck as a gift. I played with it. I was like, "Okay, this seemed cool." You know, I don't know. I think okay. When it got a reading in September. And that's when Monica, I asked her, I was like, "You think I should do tarot?" She said, "Let me tell you something. You actually have a gift. You have it. And you need to do this." She said, "I feel as though you're in," I didn't tell her, I did not tell her what I was in school for.
Yeah.
So she's like, "You in school for mental health, counseling, spirituality, mental health.
Yeah.
That's your lane." She said, "You can do so much, everything else, like modeling everything, that will come, but that right there, that's you. That's part of your gift."
Yeah.
So I went ahead, started exploring it, reading after reading after reading, and friends, family, strangers. It's just been the accuracy,
Yeah.
you know, and
Yeah.
it's rewarding, and I thank Spirit every day because it's like I get this guidance from them, and they're just rewarding me and guiding me on with my gift.
Right.
So
You know,
yeah.
I am with me being a shaman, you know, lately I've been having like I make these looks or whatever. And one of my diehard supporters, she's like, "Oh my God, like these looks are so amazing. You look so beautiful when you take the pictures." And I
They ain't lying.
oh, thank you. But
Yeah.
this is what I said to her. I said, "Do you know Spirit tells me what to put on?
Mm.
Spirit tells me how to do my hair, my makeup, what to wear." Like,
Spirit told you to wear black today for
yes,
me.
yes. Well,
Okay,
get this.
okay, okay.
Well, get this. Always, like all of my dresses, every one of them. I love black, first of all, but
Okay.
Spirit will help me pick. Like literally, Spirit's like I have to see
Mm-hmm.
it. I envision it. Okay, that's what I'm.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm. Because it's like you said. There's a Queen of Shade in Milwaukee, a Queen of Shade in there. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's like okay, this is the Queen of Shade doing this interview. It already happened. Now make it
Mm-hmm.
happen. Now make it happen here.
There
You
you
know,
go.
it's just like wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See. Yeah.
So, oh my God.
Love
So
it.
DC, do you ever see yourself moving from DC?
Oh gosh. Yes.
Just
I'm
reading you.
planning on.
I'm just reading.
Yeah.
I'm
There
sorry.
you are. Like,
I'm just
like
reading
I didn't
you.
tell you this.
Yeah, I'm
Right.
just reading you. Now, mind you, everybody watching, I did not talk to him beforehand. I told him hold it
Listen, we
because I
are
wanted to
proud
get
that
it
you
all on
doing that.
camera.
Right.
I wanted to get it all
Yeah,
on
yeah.
camera.
I plan on moving. I plan on moving, but it's going to be in the area. Still, I'm still going to stay
Yeah,
in the area, but I am planning on moving.
yeah. Maryland or
Yeah.
Virginia?
So that's coming.
Maryland or Virginia?
Maryland. I'm
Maryland.
thinking Maryland. I love Virginia. Um, I love
It's
Virginia
Maryland.
with a grain. Yeah, yeah.
It's
And
Maryland.
Virginia. Yeah. Now, beautiful wise, it's the closest to get to the city aside from PG County. But
Mhm.
PG County is just what I'm used to.
Yeah,
And then as far as like one of the most affluent Black counties, rich
yeah,
Black counties,
yeah.
that's what I love about it. And then Virginia, I could be biased because I have my history living here when it comes to VA, and VA is just that's a whole nother story. But this came a long way. It's beautiful. But Maryland, I'm gonna do Maryland.
Yeah, Maryland
Yeah,
would be really good for you.
yeah, yeah.
Now, if you could get a second home, where would it be?
Second home. Oh gosh. So I'm so I lived in Jersey for a bit
Mhm,
when I came home. I lived in North Jersey, Newark, and then I attended school in Brooklyn. So
mm,
it was every day I was going, like I leave, hit the train or drive through that New York traffic
yeah,
over the bridge in Brooklyn, right there at the Cobb. Used to go to LIU,
right.
and so it would be Jersey felt like a second home. But you know, since being in the service, it's like wherever I relocate, I can make anywhere home.
Mm-hmm,
Because I used to live in Seattle, and I love Seattle.
mm-hmm,
Like the Pacific Northwest region is the air is different there.
mm-hmm,
It took a second for me to adapt to it
mm-hmm,
because it's just different.
mm-hmm.
But I loved it. LA, the aesthetic of the homes, the views, I love that. Um, you know, so readily I would say New Jersey.
Where would your
But there's so many places that I want to live.
where would your third home be? There's a reason why I'm doing this.
The third home.
I see real estate in your future.
You on the mother money, yes.
I
Okay.
see real estate in your
That's where I'm at.
That's where
I'm
I
at.
see a lot of real estate.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm sitting here.
considered
Look,
Houston.
when Spirit started talking, I get nervous. I'm like, oh Lord, I'm out. I'm sitting here, I'm holding it down here, like, Lord, don't let me go crazy. But I see real estate.
Same, yeah.
Future.
So that's
a lot.
I've thought about, and you're on the money because that's what came up in my last reading in September.
Okay.
So you're on the money.
Okay.
She's the truth, y'all. Don't doubt it. But yeah. So and I would say Houston, that's one of the places. I've never been to Texas.
There's a lot of success coming. There's a lot of success, and I see your hands in a lot of different things, and I see you now. Mind you, there are worlds within worlds. There's the Caucasian, the African Americans, and there's all these minorities and all of these subsects. But I literally see you being embraced by the African American community in a way that is just like, oh my God, it's the affluent African American. I see that. I'm gonna throw a curveball in here. Have you ever thought about acting and not just acting, but like to the point of like directing, writing scripts and doing things like that behind the scenes? Oh, okay, it's getting spooky. Okay, let me tell them to leave alone. Okay, let me tell them to leave alone. Because they get to talking, and I listen.
They get to talking. What
they
can
get
you
to
do?
talking, and I just say what I hear.
You just a vessel, right?
Yeah.
So I thought about it. More so that behind the scenes, like you said, writing,
How
directing.
often do you write?
Lately,
I see a book about your journey. I see a book about your surgery. I see a book about your journey. I see a book about these things. I see a book about your life. I see a book about your childhood. So this is not a memoir, though. This is kind of a journey book. I'm on a journey, and it's not done. And I see the end of the book actually saying, "I'm not done." Yeah, I'm not, in a nice way. I'm not done.
Wow. Ooh, I need to turn my ear up. Yeah. So you're on the money now. Okay. So writing, that's one of my strong suits. Writing. That's the part that's the part where I'm not too much intimidated with pursuing higher education, because I do enjoy writing.
Right.
Because so much up here, even years of dealing with anxiety and depression and PTSD, I can express it more on paper. Like if I can't get a clear thought across communicating, I can definitely get it off on paper. Okay. And so I thought about that. I thought about getting into writing and creating stories that can maybe sharing part of my story that can influence or help others.
You're a man of many, many gifts. You're a man of many gifts, many talents. Yeah, a man of like the vessel. The vessel is definitely, the vessel is to honor and not to dishonor. You definitely are an honorable vessel. So how did your mother feel about you doing tarot?
So moms, you know what? So I was raised in a Christian and Baptist household. Heavy. My family is from down south. So down south, North Kakalaki, but I grew up here. So, but the foundation and the values deeply rooted Southern.
Yeah.
Now, she's not, we passed the point where once she found out about my sexuality, once we passed that step, she's came around. So anything that I'm doing, she's not going to sit there and come across judgmental, because that was the most judgmental thing that she had to challenge and overcome. and they respect it. Like my grandmother, she's actually a Jehovah's Witness. So, you know, when it come to holidays and stuff like that, celebrations, she's like, you can miss me.
Ooh.
But she died, and she wasn't Jehovah throughout her entire journey.
Right.
But she came into her later years. But the thing is, they trust my direction with things.
Yeah.
So, you know, they're like, okay, you got your head on pretty straight. So, you know, you're not going to fall, even if it's a risky thing. They don't feel like I'm going to, you know, fall off too much with that, taking that leap.
Yeah.
You know, but I haven't received any judgment from the family too much. For anything, it's more so curiosity and intriguement. Like, like, what's that? What really?
They're going to
you know,
they're going to ask a lot more questions when you start to do this online and start to build a following of people that come to you for readings and things.
Yeah.
But it's also, but the thing is, but it's kind of like RuPaul said, the legendary RuPaul. They're not going to say too much. But look, hold on. Here's what he said. They're not going to care too much. They're just going to spend the checks you send them. They just spend the check. They're just going to spend the check.
Yeah. Okay.
I feel
that's the truth.
I feel like you being the man of the family has been very difficult on you at times. As you know, the women expect you to be so strong. But I also see that you've been able to find a balance. You know how to be strong and you know how to be vulnerable at the same time. So that's always good. Okay, they need to leave me alone.
I get it.
Yeah, so you get it. But anyway, so let's just kind of segue here. I usually don't ask about love, but I need to ask about love. Are you in love at the moment?
No, not at the moment. Last relationship, I've dated in between. I take relationships pretty seriously. Like I just don't jump into them. So it's not that you won't see me habitual dater and just, you know, no. Because I do value my space and my energy. So it's like, look, if I'm claiming you or we're claiming each other as far as partnership, it's a big step for me.
Yeah.
So dating wise, I've been dating, but especially since the surgery, I've just been taking more time healing, and just doing a lot of self work. And I've been really, really invested in my spiritual work. Am I open to love? Absolutely, I'm open to it.
Get this.
Yes.
You said that you're open to it, and guess what the message is? Wait on it.
See,
wait on it.
That's the thing, and that's
you said all that
came up in my reading. Temperance, wait on it. Patience,
wait.
I'm
literally doing your reading that you just had.
You get me.
Without a single card, mind you. Without a single card in front of me.
Yes. That's it. But that's spot on. I'm not in a rush for it, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Yeah, because I feel the thing is, some people get so distracted or caught up on the sense that, oh, I need love. I need somebody. But if you're not focusing on your path, what's meant for you, as long as you're on your path, you're going to attract that energy. They're going to join you on your journey.
Yeah.
But you got to figure out what your path is. Stick to your purpose. Don't get distracted. Because you have a lot of people at play that will try to deter you from your path. Yeah. So that's what I'm on. I'm on sticking on my path, advancing, development, growth. And that sweetness, that's going to come along when it's time. But I'm not forcing it.
Get this. It went by so fast. Give me 3 words that inspire you.
3 words that inspire me. I'm the one I'm not going to say because that's cliche. So let's rule out love.
Don't worry about the cliche. You 4. I'll give you 4.
Okay, love, community, transparency, and respect.
Very good words.
Yeah.
Very.
And actually, I could change our community for communication. And then I could clarify that and say effective communication. So love, effective communication, and transparency and respect.
Okay.
Those are my 4 that inspire me. Yeah.
Okay. Now tell me, was I very scary? Did I scare you? You were nervous?
Not at all.
Not at all.
I melted as soon as I came. As soon as I came on camera. I'm serious. I'm really big on energy. So it's like, so a friend of mine, I was like, I'm meeting with the YouTuber.
Yeah.
And they was like, Queen of Shade. Oh, she probably shady. Oh, she probably. I said, listen. I watched some of her videos, not like that. And I said, I trust you, trust me, her energy, I feel it. I done watched enough video. I was like, no, she's good people.
Yeah.
And I felt a very familiar energy. So I was like, no, I want to do this.
Yeah.
So I came, as soon as I got on cam with you, it felt like I was speaking to a familiar friend.
Yeah.
So yeah, no nervousness. I loved it.
Thank you
I enjoyed it. Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming on and giving me a shot.
Thank you for the opportunity to share my story with you, talk to you, and let you read me.
That's what ended up happening. That's where the conversation went. Damn spirit. That's where the conversation went.
That's where it went.
But this won't be the last time. It won't be the last time. It won't. And you have my number. We've been texting, so.
We have been.
Yes.
We have been. And the fact you got my name right on the spot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thyme. Not Theme, not Timmy, not Thyme.
No, and not Neal Thyme. No.
Not Neal Thyme either.
It's Thyme Neal. Tell everyone where they can find you on social media, but then also let us know when you're going to launch your tarot business, actually, your business.
Business, absolutely. You can find me on Instagram. It's my first and last name. That's Thyme Neal.
No spaces.
Yes, all one word, Thyme Neal. And I will be posting once I get the tarot started. I'm actually going to share that on my social media.
Okay.
I will be teaming up. I've been thinking about a podcast too. So when you said that, I was intrigued by it.
Yeah.
I'm planning on getting with there's 2 of my good friends, it's twins.
Okay.
One of them, Niche Nova from Philly, but they're twin sisters.
Okay.
We're going to get into some work creating a podcast that's coming up. So that and tarot. And any other new projects, I will be sure to let you guys know. I plan on teaming up with one of my spiritual brothers. I am Suleiman Murray, Suleiman, the rapper in Florida.
Okay.
I will also be posting that about him, but we're going to do some spiritual work together too. But yeah.
Okay.
So I'll keep you guys updated.
Please do. Ladies and gentlemen, you have heard somewhat of the vocal stylings because the queen talked too much. But I'm just joking. You have heard the vocal stylings of Mr. Thyme Neal.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Don't go anywhere. Say goodbye, but don't go anywhere. So did you enjoy? I hope you did. Please like, comment, subscribe, share, and don't forget to cash at me at the Queen of Shade. I am your favorite content creator, right? Right. You want to see more of this content, right? Right. Cash at me. I love you. Mwah.
I've got my black stilettos on. Don't you make me take them off. I'm assuming first position. Gonna show you I'm a boss. I've been given 60 seconds just to put my thing